Morning. So today I'm going to practice first kata, second kata, third kata. So if I have the pronunciation of this right, which I probably don't, Taigyoku Shodan, Taigyoku Nidan, and Saifa. Okay, so we'll do the first one first. And it's just a case of going through the reps, so I'll talk through it as much as I can. I'm probably going to get a lot of things wrong, and that's fine. So this is the structure of bowing to your opponent, coming to the middle, then going, you would normally go to the middle of the mats, and bow to the judges. Yoi. And then you would say the kata that you were doing. So in this case, it's Taigyoku Shodan, which is first kata, or you could say first kata. I'm trying to learn the Japanese words for things, so and I'm probably pronouncing everything wrong, but you know, this is all about learning. You then count to 3. I'm going to take the first round slow, nice and slow, just to sort of like slowly get into it. So look, there we go. That needs to come sort of more center line, the fist, and then we do a block. There we go. And then it's another, so this is offline, that's online. Look, I don't have much room here. There would be a ki there, and then we have the big turn. And then we have another punch. There we go. And then we have another turn. And then from here, we have another punch. And then we have another turn. And then we do the big three up. 1, 2, 3. There's a ki here. And then a turn. Whoops. Lean into it. There we go. Another punch. Final turn. And then the final punch. And then look to the judges. Yoi. Okay, so something I want to work on with the first one is to not move the front foot. So it's tempting, and I noticed it a few times in that one, where the leading foot, the front foot, before I would move, I would turn. And what I'm doing is I'm almost prepping it, because it's going to be the back foot. So I'm prepping it for the back foot before it's actually been moved. But actually it needs to stay, the front foot needs to stay where it is, and then come off a little bit at the end. Sometimes also, for some strange reason, I shift the balance. The knee is not always in line. Sometimes it could be there, which means that I move the front foot here to bring it more in line. So there's that. There's also the fist the fist height and where it is. So it needs to be stomach level, so sort of like aiming for the belt. So it's not head level, it's not shoulder level, it's down there. Yeah. Okay. There's other bits to improve on, sure. Okay, sure. But I think 2 things at a time is probably good. All right, so Taigyoku Nidan, which is the first kata, well, second kata, but it's like the first kata but with kicks. Okay, so sort the gi out, turn to the opponent, bow to the opponent, look to the judges, go to the middle, bow to the judges, yoi, and then go Taigyoku Nidan, which is the second kata. Alright, so it's very similar to the first one. Look. But this time there is a reverse punch, and again, center line, down, and now there is a kick. Again, we're going to do this nice and slow. So, from here, it's punch, kick. Now, it is kick punch. There's a ki. So we're here. Now we've got the big turn again. That wasn't great. And now we do a punch kick. So punch, kick, and then a turn. Just come in here a bit. Now there is a punch, kick, another turn, kick punch, kick punch. Then there is a final turn, well, the final big turn. And then there is a punch, kick. And then there's the final turn. And then there is a punch and a kick. Did not like the feel of that. Okay, so with those, I felt like the turns were wrong. It didn't, I don't think I prepped from the shoulder enough as I was going around. Sometimes I was prepping here, sometimes I was prepping there. It needs to come up here. And it needs to come all the way down. It can't just go like that. It can't just flick off at this point. It needs to go all the way down. The front kick here, I had I know, because I saw on the camera, the feet were pointed forward rather than up. And what else was there? There was something going on with the back turn there. My back leg wasn't locked out. It was hunting for where to put it down. And overall, I thought my breathing was rubbish. Okay. Saifa. Saifa's like I've only just managed to map out the pattern of cipher in my head. So there's going to be a ton of mistakes here. But we'll give it a go. we'll give it a go. So we sort the gi out. Bow to the opponent, which in my place is the food bin. And then we go into here, we bow to the judges, and we say Saifa. Now I'm going to have to take a couple of steps back because the first move is to come forward like this, bend those knees, keep the ankles together. Alright, and then we do this nice and slow. Rotate down. Let's just a flick. Let's have a look at where we are. Okay, and then there we go. Right hand is flat on the fist. There we go. Next one. Okay. So we're here. Then we come up and left, and then up, kick, down, kick, back, and then we are pulling down, then collarbone, and then it's the right foot, the foot that you got in the front, that has the fist. So you come down, and you have to bend those elbows, come down. The fist needs to be flat on here. I have to get some more room. Okay, and then that goes this way, left over right, push up, and then bring down, collarbone strike, and then it is left fist now. We bend those elbows and we come down like that. Now we do the hammer. So we come up and we land in Sanshin, I think it's called. This needs to go straight as a hammer down the middle center line. And then we do a stomach punch. I'm not sure whether this needs to be flat, like here or there, I'm not sure. And then with the back foot, we then do another sort of, I don't know what the move's called. So it's like a hammer, but you lift the back leg up. Back leg becomes the front leg. That is offline. So offline, hips are offline, that's a hammer in the middle. And then another stomach, and as we do that, we are engaging the hips. And then we move forward and we turn as we do. And then we do a forward punch with the other fist. We turn the forward foot to the right. As we do, we open up the hands. We bring the back foot close to the front foot. We take the weight off the front foot and we pull back like this and then lean down into it. And I think my hands are wrong. We kind of like lean down into the chair. There we go. So it's a relatively new kata in my head to complete from start to finish. I'm not sure whether there is a flat, if it's flat or if it's open in terms of this part. I'm not entirely sure. So it could be this or it could be this, I don't know. I think it's this, but I noticed at this point where it was coming out, that almost turned into a different direction. It needs to go forward. The other issues that I was aware of is the landing on the first few moves. So coming in, that was okay, but this here, I need to be more, toes need to be pointed more out, and I need to be down, and my back needs to be further back, rotate my hips. There we go. And this needs to come over the, this needs to come over. The moves are together. But at the minute, this is going down onto my wrist. It needs to come over, this needs to come out. This needs to go sort of like eye level, sort of nose level. And then that's a flick on the end. This needs to come more in line. That needs to go down, about there. And that needs to be the same for all three. Whew. Yeah. Other problems is when I'm in this position, when I've just done this here. So I'm here. I think I'm landing this fine, but it's the next move. So we're in here at this point. Don't worry about my hands. Yeah. I need to learn how to land in the same foot stance. Can I get this on the camera so I can see? So we're in here, right? I need to learn to be able to bring this up and around, and this goes slightly forward. We rotate this on the heel, and we're landing kind of here. So bring this out a little bit. There we go. So it's the landing of the second turn that I'm struggling with. And then there is obviously a ton of other things to tighten up on Saifa. Let's do Saifa one more time. Okay, so bow, come to the middle, go over to here, Saifa. All right, so because of the three movements, I need to move this way. Okay. So we want to come straight forward into here. Right, we're looking at the door. Now we turn, we bring this back, we sink low. That's slightly better. There we go. We then turn the front foot. This goes here. Apart from the hands, that wasn't so bad. Okay, and we turn this foot. Okay. You then come up and around, get your balance, kick, kick, get the right hands. There's a ki. slightly better. Again, the ki with the hammer. Okay. Need to work on the end bit as well. Okay. Let's do second kata. I don't know why about that. Anyway, whatever. We don't have time. So, Taigyoku, Nidan. Okay. This is second kata. This is second kata, not first. Second kata. All right. I need to tighten up that turn. Kick punch. Big turn. Punch kick. Turn. Kick punch. Big turn. Woo. First kata. Okay. Taigyoku, Nidan. Okay. Down. Ki. Don't move that front foot. That front foot is glued. All right. Still, lots of things to tweak on all of them. On all of them. Yeah. Okay. Whew, I'm done. Happy Tuesday. Keep on practicing.